So the trailer for the remake of The Witches is out now. So once again, here I am to compare the old trailer and the new trailer and see what I think of this new version. So let's do this. Okay, so this one is the classic trailer from 1990, and I do absolutely love this movie still, even today.
Director Nicholas Rogue comes a fascinating new fantasy adventure.
It's so weird that it actually shows you like the ending right there at the beginning of this trailer.
He finds they've got a lot more power than he ever imagined.
And Angelica Houston's absolutely fantastic.
Grandma, it's me, Luke. No, they turned me into a mouse. Oh, no. Who's the granddad?
The animatronics in this are still fantastic. See, already this is absolutely terrifying, especially the imagery like that, from the perspective of the kid shrinking down into his clothes, and you can almost not even tell what you're looking at. So there's a lot of mystery involved in it.
The Witches.
And everything about her performance in this movie was just fantastic. So it was such a good movie, and it actually still holds up today. And that, of course, is the brilliance of Jim Henson. Now for the new one.
You'll be comfy here. Your mama's all wrong. I'd do anything for her to be here right now.
I swear I thought this was the way this opens up. It's like an episode of that Chris Rock show, The World According to Chris. I honestly thought that was what I was looking for. I thought this was supposed to be a trailer for The Witches.
I didn't know it, but there was a dark shadow looming nearby.
But obviously, it's trying to do.
They're real, and they hate children.
Welcome.
What would you do if there were mice running all around this hotel?
I would call the exterminator.
You see, girl? He would exterminate those brats.
Rats.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Rats.
Okay.
Yeah, this was happening.
Okay, so
Then here, that means the test is coming.
okay, Robert Zemeckis.
Alejandro, to transform a child into a mouse.
The CGI. Oh my God, with the CGI.
Whoa! Why are we mouses? Mice? Whatever.
Anne Hathaway, Octavia Spencer. And of course, we got Stanley Tucci taking the place of Rowan Atkinson in this.
Evil plot. Who's gonna stop me?
Doesn't matter who you are.
It's like even the scenery looks like it's CGI.
You wouldn't happen to be carrying around a mouse on your person, now would you?
A mouse.
Mhm.
Why on earth would I be carrying around a mouse?
So Guillermo del Toro's behind it, Robert Zemeckis behind it. All right, so okay. Okay, so that happened. Now, I'll say this. There are a couple of things in this trailer that I noticed this time, and this is actually not my first time viewing it. This is actually like the second time I watched it. The first time, it was a little bit of a shock, so I did have to go back and watch it a second time to really just not be so disgusted by what I was watching. So that being said, so there are a few things that I actually think might actually save this movie. Number one is Anne Hathaway, who is just a phenomenal actress, and she actually looks like she's doing a good job in this, filling in for the shoes that Angelica Houston once wore. And those are some very, very big shoes to fill. Angelica Houston is a phenomenal actress and does an absolutely amazing job in just about everything she does. This movie is, I think, personally, I believe, one of the crown jewels of her career, in that it is a terrifying performance and a very unique and entertaining performance in its own right. So Angelica Houston did a great job in this movie. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Can Anne Hathaway fill in for that? It looks that way because honestly, her little one-line jab was very well done. Of course, that could also be the comedic timing of Stanley Tucci, the guy playing the head of the hotel. So that's one thing. Another would be Octavia Spencer, who is again just like Anne Hathaway, absolutely amazing actress, and I can proudly say I've actually gotten the privilege to see her work in person on a movie set, and she is absolutely amazing in everything she's done. So I mean, even in the small parts, I could even argue that her performance as the woman in the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire was funny. so she could actually be a bit of a saving grace in this, and the line delivery to Stanley Tucci of the "Why on earth would I be carrying a mouse?" just spot on. And the other two saving graces in this, Robert Zemeckis and Guillermo del Toro. Those two names in filmmaking are synonymous with brilliance, for the most part. Robert Zemeckis has done some absolutely phenomenal work, not the least of which is the Back to the Future movies, the Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Castaway, and several others. He's a brilliant director and visionary director. So yeah, he's that. Guillermo del Toro, same thing. Great director and great visionary, and has some absolutely fantastic credits to his name. The Hellboy series, even. I love those movies. Even the first one, as low budget and cheesy as it is, I liked it. The Pan's Labyrinth. But then you have little things like The Hobbit. But we're not going to get into that. So, this movie has some things that could work for it. My biggest concern is, of course, the CGI. It reeks of fake everything. The original, of course, had very minimalist special effects because of the fact that they were limited, of course, for the time frame. This came out in 1990. But the animatronics, the puppeteering of the Jim Henson Studios was phenomenal. And it made you feel like this was real. These were real characters. The little kid being turned into a mouse because of the fact that it was an animatronic mouse that looked like it was actually real made the movie that much more believable, that you could believe that this is what was happening. Because I mean, granted, the little motion of the motion of the mouth and everything like that does look very animatronic. It does look very puppeteerish, but it worked. It worked for what they were doing, and it made a fantastic film that still holds up today. And so yeah, God, and the makeup effects of Angelica Houston and all the witches that you see in that ballroom scene is horrifying. Even in the trailer, you can see this is gonna be a terrifying movie. This trailer, it's like they were too scared to make it as creepy as they did back then, because they knew that audiences today can't handle that kind of stuff anymore. And for the most part, they're right. But oh God. Even if you look at it on its own merits, in that it's not trying to be the original, that it's trying to do its own thing. It's trying to be more fantastic. It's trying to be more colorful. And, I mean, not that the original wasn't colorful, but just, I don't know. but the CGI is my biggest hang up with it. It's just, it looks so fake. And maybe that's a budget thing, maybe that's a timing thing, but it looks ridiculous. So I don't know what to think of this movie, but I'm not excited about it at all. I'm not looking forward to it. The performances look fantastic, but so many things, it's like there's no point to it. To have that scene where, to have the scene in the ballroom with Anne Hathaway floating as she's presenting this magic potion to the other Council of Witches, it's like, what's the point of that? What do you honestly have to show off your special effects? Okay, that stuff belongs back in the 50s and 60s when special effects were a new thing and we didn't know about them. We know what you're capable of. You don't have to show it off to us. You don't have to brag about the special effects that you have, especially when they look so fake. Am I looking forward to this movie? Absolutely not. Am I gonna see it? Probably not. If I happen to catch it, and I'll try to watch it at some point. But I am absolutely not looking forward to this. I will happily go out and find the original film and watch it over and over again. It's not a perfect film by far, but it's much more entertaining from the look of it than this movie looks like it's gonna be. It doesn't look like it's gonna be nearly as memorable because there's gonna be nothing new about it other than the really fake looking CGI effects. So why, if you can't bring anything new to the table other than your stupid special effects, why do the movie? Oh God, Hollywood, what are you doing? Can we please, for the love of God, go back to when you were doing original movies and original ideas? Come on, grow some, just do something. Get some integrity and grow the cojones to go out and do something unique and original. Quit trying to copy everything. This is within a week. This is the second remake or reboot that we've gotten in the same time frame. And while I'm on the subject, by the way, when I watched The Craft again, has anybody else noticed the trend going around today where everybody seems to be making movie trailers that feature some kind of a song? It's typically some kind of a nostalgic song, but it's just a slower version of it. The Dune trailer that I reviewed, the new Dune trailer that came out, which I love, by the way, it did the same thing. It did the Pink Floyd The Wall song, but it's just a slightly slower, slower toned song, maybe in a different key or something like that. I'm not a music major, so I can't say, but you see what I'm getting at. They just did a very slow melodic version of the song from Pink Floyd. The Craft trailer that just came out earlier this week did Girls Just Want to Have Fun, and it was a slower version of it. And this one is the song I'll Be There from I think it was the Temptations or somebody, I don't know. But it's just a slower kind of version of it, or a more instrumental version of it. So what is with the trailers these days doing that? They all seem to be doing it. And it's slowly becoming a kiss of death for these trailers. I mean, with the exception maybe of Dune, I'm starting to notice that, and I'm starting to think that might be the new kiss of death for movie trailers nowadays. So, oh God, we'll see. So I'm looking forward to seeing the next trailer of the next stupid reboot that Hollywood comes out with, and find out what 70s or 80s song they decided to throw in there, or maybe even a 90s song. We are getting into that 30-year period where we're going to start seeing stuff ripping off the 90s. First of which was we've already seen it once with Captain Marvel. So where's all the other movies coming out that are going to be? Oh wait, The Witches already. It's a 1990 movie, so we got 30. It's 30 years right on cue. So, all right. Well, if you yeah. If you guys like this video, you know, please hit the like button and leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what you thought. If you have any suggestions for my channel, absolutely let me know. Given the fact that this is a witches trailer, I'd also like to let everybody know that I'm doing art school as well, and last week's video was actually me drawing a witch, so feel free to check that out. I'll put a link to that at the end screen for this video. So thank you very much for watching. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notified on future videos and future content coming out. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good weekend.